Got your lights on? Your hat?
No, I don't. We're talking. We're live now.
Hey, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to TFT. Tarot for today. Divine Dabblings with...
Epileptic Man.
Oh, no. If anybody's going to get a seizure from this hat,
Tell me
let us
now.
know. Seriously.
Oberon.
And me, Banshee.
Top of the morning to ya.
Well, happy St. Patty's Day. I like to call it Happy Go Green Day. I love the green. I've got everything green. I've even got clover pants on.
Stop making a spectacle of yourself.
I know you're impressed, everybody. I know you're impressed. No.
I can turn on the spastic light.
Mr. No. Oh, Mr. No.
Mr. No.
Mr. No is not the only one who can dress up around here. Hey, hey. Okay. Thank you, Violet. Thank you.
Why,
Just
thank
letting
you.
the spirit of the day. I didn't have anything green to drink, so I made myself a cup of green tea. It'll have to do.
Well, on a better announcement, we did actually manage to get our taxes done recently. This was
One down, one thing to go.
so we'll be waiting for some hopeful green.
Next will be Medicare, which I have one more form to fill out. Oh, all kinds of house cleaning projects. It's spring, and there's nothing like having company over to make you clean a little bit of the house. So we got some company coming over on Saturday, and so we're cleaning for that. But anyway, and that's not where it ends, though. I swear that's not where it ends. This house is going to be going through the stuff.
I'm blinking twice means I'm a hostage.
All right. And hey, I've got some green pickles here for you-know-who when he eventually comes. God, there seems like there was something I was going to tell Kara about. Kara, I know what it was. Really? A whole video of cat meows?
Did Kara do that?
My goodness. Yeah, she sent it around today on Twitter.
I see.
It's like, I get enough of that yakking from them around here, let me tell you.
We'll forward that to our marketing department, Kara. Maybe they can, help us out there.
That was such fun. Anyway. All right. Well, I'm going to draw a card for the collective, and it's going to be different. It's a tarot deck. It's Chris Ann tarot deck, and oh, hello, Sunny. Hello, Sunny. And it's from the Muse Tarot by Chris Ann. No, you stay. Hey. Right here. Here's your spot.
I'm the one he wants.
Right here. There. There's pickles. Okay. The Muse Tarot. Okay.
That sounds comfy, Mama T.
Oh, Sonny.
Hello, Sun Man.
Sonny, what did I tell you? Oh, he knows.
You heard your mommy.
He got me a little angry today. We had finally replaced our microwave, and so I had this big box, and I opened it up, and I thought, yeah, the cats will play in it. That'll be real nice. They'll like a nice big box. The first thing he does is eat the tape on the side of the box.
I tell you.
And he's chewing on tape, and I'm just,
That's my Sonny.
Mr. O, where did you get that hat? I got it from my friendly neighborhood Myers store. Department store.
I'm going to go
They had all
into,
kinds of St. Patrick's Day goodies.
Okay, it's off now.
It's got different levels of
There we go.
seizure-causing
Yes,
blinking
even
lights.
Sonny's looking at it like,
But I
what
thought
the
he could use a
heck?
little bling. Don't you guys? I thought the bling would be nice.
However, we take no responsibility for any epileptic seizures.
Well, just let us know. We'll turn it off. All right. Mr. O, you get to pick a card. It's upright, so it doesn't matter. What you got?
10 of Inspiration.
The 10 of Inspiration, which I'll bet is wands.
I don't know.
I'm sure that it is. All right. Key words are, sounds like my housework, responsibilities and burdens, taking on too much, the heaviness of promises, seeking other paths that offer help and guidance, systematizing and prioritizing. The 10 of Inspiration knows she has to bring supplies of inspiration to the masses, but they are so many and she is just one. And so she finds help along the way, gifting life and purpose to the animals and plants, to the sunrises and the sunsets, and to all who help her. She adds beauty everywhere, enlisting and accepting help as a way to distribute these catalysts of joy to those who need it. Mr. O, you'll help me catalyze joy around here and clean house, right?
The cat will catalyze.
I tried that already. She knows that she could not possibly take it all on, all by herself, each and every day. She knows this struggle intimately, the burden of carrying too many responsibilities, and she shares her message of being open to help. Ask for help when you need it. Prioritize and simplify. Do not ask the impossible of your energy reserves or your time, as your vitality is essential to your well-being. Take the steady path of joy towards your final destination. You are so close. So I'm not sure what this is here. She's got some thoughts at the end here. Unforced, I shoulder this weight alone. Unattended, I watch these gardens unshone. Strapped, I wonder the maybes unbeam. Impossibly burdened, I struggle unseen. Determined, a coming success my road. Acceptance, a boundary of love unload.
Very nice.
So don't take everything on yourself. Ask for help. But don't expect any from the TFT kiddies. Not going to happen.
Oh, we're having some issues.
What's that?
The live stream.
Oh, we're having some problems?
Momentarily.
Okay.
Very
We
momentarily.
might have a little bit of a glitch there.
Yeah, we're losing some frames. I don't know how it's going.
Uh-oh, we're losing some frames, so if we should go down, we will restart. Keep that in mind.
Thank you. I was kind of reporting that.
Okay. Let's move on, Mr. O. What cards are you using today?
Okay, I have the Ancestral Path Tarot. That's the 7 of Sacred Circles. And I have the Tarot of the Ages. That's the 7 of Cups.
You're quiet.
Am I?
Yes.
Maybe it's because you're loud. And
Maybe.
the Dame's Wheel of Fortune Tarot. Dame's Wheel Fortune Tarot. The Ace of Wands.
12. All right. So back to what I've been using for the month. And what could be more appropriate than the tarot at the end of the rainbow? And here is the Emperor in that deck, I believe.
Looks like a little older leprechaun.
He's got that pot of gold for me. And then I've got, because of the kitty's birthday this week, the Mystical Cats Tarot. And there's the moon in that deck.
I bet I know who that was.
Who
Oh, it's
could it
Mr.
be?
Maurice. Hi, Mr. Maurice.
Hey, Mr. Maurice.
Why, thank you.
I also have, trying to access it. I'm putting cards in the wrong place. Don't mind me. I'm sorry. I got a little bit of a... Oh, gee, I've got a clutter control problem here. All right, and then finally the Shadowscapes Tarot. There's the Six of Cups in that deck. I'm going to grab the other one already so I don't have a problem. Okay. And another Emperor card is coming up. This is in the Grimalkin Tarot. And that fine Emperor card in that deck.
Hi, Divine.
Hey, Divine you! All right, so we've got, are those the only two that came in, Mr. O, while I was prattling?
I believe so.
Mr. M and Divine you. All right.
Does anybody notice a little bit of stuttering with our frames? I am getting some little signals that there's a little bit of frame slippage.
So like I said, should we go down, we will.
We just try to restart it.
Yep. So just be aware of that. We're going to get the show on the road while we can then, I guess, eh? Mr. O, I forgot to ask you, do you want to use the pixie or the fairy?
What did I use last time?
You know, I can't remember.
Pixie.
I think I used the fairy.
I used the pixie, so I guess I'll use that one.
I'll take the pixie.
Little blips for Kara.
The Lenormands for today. By the way, stay tuned real soon. I'll be doing, we're really busy this weekend though. We've got a reading to do. We've got people coming over, so it's kind of crazy busy. But I am going to try very, very soon to do an unboxing of our newest acquisition, the Pope Tarot. Very, very awesome job they did on this one. And after I do it, of course, we'll be bringing it into some of the live streams.
Kitties, thank everyone for their birthday wishes.
Yes, thank you. They've been having a great time, making me crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously.
And I believe I put one up on Facebook and Twitter, a little kitty video, right? Didn't I?
You did.
Or was it
Yeah,
on
so
YouTube?
there's
It
a
was
little
somewhere.
cat video out there. Gina gave us a
YouTube.
great idea, though, that we should do a reading for the cats. It might be a little late, a birthday reading for our cats, a birthday gift reading. So stay tuned. We might have a video on that sometime in the future. Their gotcha day is in May, so we might do it for that. But we might do it before.
Well, needless to say, it'll probably be heavily edited.
I'm sure.
We want to make
I'm
sure
sure
we
it
get
will
all
be.
of the cat facts.
All right, so let's get the show on the road, as I said. Libra cusp is up first.
And Libra wanted a general.
General reading. All right.
All right.
You ready to go?
I'm ready to go.
All right.
So happy St. Patrick's
8 years
Day.
old. It's hard to believe.
Yeah.
It's already been 8 years since we got those cats.
Just a little less than half the time we've been here.
That's right.
About a year, half the time. The cat facts. That's right, Starry Boo. I'm pretty sure Mr. Maurice is here. He does that. He just throws a donation at us, and then there he is.
Yep. I've added him to the list if he wants a reading today, so he's on the list here. Right before Divine You, I think, Violet?
Yeah, he would. Well, no, somebody came after him. Divine came after him.
That's what I said, right,
Oh, right.
right before Divine You.
Sorry, I was misunderstanding.
I
I'm
know.
trying to pay attention.
Are you?
Yeah.
Ooh, all
But I
right.
have a lot of
Let's
distractions.
note this day in history.
But I have
Miss-
distractions.
Oh, pays attention.
These distractions
Late breaking news.
are coming out of left field.
Happy Green Day.
Yeah, I know you want a reading, yeah.
We got you, Mr. M.
Okay, so for Libra cusp, there's the Three of Wands upright.
Very good. Good start.
There's the Star upright.
Woohoo.
And then we have the Eight of Cups upright.
Hey, Libra. Finally, eh? You know, some of your cards have been a little bit challenging off and on of late, but this certainly is not. You know, any plans, any things that you've been really working on or hoping to achieve, maybe something that you've been thinking of doing or starting or initiating, whether it's physical, whether it's material, a relationship, whatever the case may be, you know, the stars are on your side right now, to say the least. There's hope. This is a time of real positivity. This is a time to really show what you got to whatever or whoever. And the Eight of Cups indicates that this may involve leaving something behind. Sometimes we have to let go of some things in our life that just no longer serve our purposes and move to better, higher ground. This is going to be like an elevation for you in some way.
Well, the Three of Wands shows, I think, as a general reading, that what's coming up next is you taking a look at what you've been waiting for, kind of noting where its progress is. And I think what you're seeing is that there is some success for you. There is some signs that this new course you're plotting would seem to be full of some destiny or promise. And then finally, what looks like it's happening, though, is, of course, it does indicate a move, a change. Not just a move, but a move that changes things. So it may be putting to bed some situations. It may be embracing these new ones that we see coming. Some of this, like I said, seems like you've been planning for it. And so you will be starting to see this fruition. All right, so the Lenormand. Okay, this is interesting because you get the fox followed by the snake.
I think this is just a caution for you, Libra. I'm just getting this. Don't try to put on airs. Don't try to impress people, by being somebody that you're not. Don't try to make a false impression of yourself, because frankly, you really don't need it.
Yeah, it almost looks like the situation does have this idea that maybe somebody is prickly, that's involved in whatever this is, whether it's new friendships or new, growth of any sort. There's maybe somebody who's prickly there, so it might be better for you to be maybe a little clever and, avoid some of that.
Well, you took a little different spin there, but that's okay. That falls in line with those cards. So I just don't know. I just think that they're a caution to you, one way or the other, whether it involves somebody else or if it is you yourself. That's what it looks like. It looks really, really positive. Those are very growthful cards.
Yeah,
it looks like elevating,
nice
like things are looking up and things are elevating for you, Libra. Woohoo! Good
well,
luck with that.
we're just moving into a new phase with the sun sign and things like that. Aries is really...
What time is it?
Aries season. Aries is really kind of, it's the spring, so it is really growthful for almost all signs, really. So, cool stuff.
So, cool stuff ahead. All right, Libra. Hey, good luck with
Libra.
that. I'm going to move on to Mama T.
Mama T wants a general.
Aries. I can hardly contain myself.
That's our St. Patty's Day flower there. Can't see all of it from the camera view, plus there's a lot of light behind it.
Well, that's all right.
I know, I just wanted
It's
to
just the
flash it
green
up
and gold background, kind of symbolic of money.
there. Money, money, money.
Maybe I'll use it in my material matters this week. Yes, Aries season is upon us, so there will be a monthly modality message coming up very, very soon for
Sunday.
the Aries season.
Sunday, probably in the evening. It's your turn.
Oh. Okay, Mama T.
I know you can barely contain yourself, but it will be another 28 days or so before Taurus. Tara.
I was supposed to be a Taurus or a Gemini. They took me out a month early. But, hey, and I'm kind of right on the cusp of Taurus anyway. You can't get too much closer than I am.
I'm not really familiar with ABBA because when they were popular, I was not into them. So I don't know. That Money, Money, Money was like an old classic from the 60s and it was a different artist. It wasn't ABBA. I cannot think of it. Money, 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 money. So maybe that was a song ABBA covered. I don't really know.
Sounds like Pink Floyd to me when you sang it that way.
Well, surreal. I'm supposed to shuffle.
Yeah.
But you kind of didn't you?
I did.
I'm watching you. I think the green's going to your head.
No, it's all that housework. I was so exhausted. I was. Took on a lot today. I've still got more to do tomorrow.
Okay.
Floors tomorrow.
Well, there is that song too by Pink Floyd, Money.
No, it's money.
Good
It's
call.
a gas.
We just want it. We don't care what song it is. We just want the money. Show me the money.
Mama T, look at you. You're getting a card. We're getting a lot lately for our cards of the day. It's the Chariot, upright.
You go.
And look at this. We are using a different deck than the one just used, aren't we, Mr. O? Because we have another Three of Wands.
The Three of Wands.
Yeah.
I like that. It's a little lonely looking, but...
Okay, but we do have the Fool reversed.
Yeah, I saw them a couple times in the 70s, I believe, too. I think I've seen them 3 times, actually. 2 or 3 times. The Fool reversed.
Well, so, Mama T, it looks like you're going to be rushing headlong into something. You've got plans. You've got things cooking. You're looking ahead. And you're moving towards something. But just, this is one of those situations where I would just say, make sure that this is something that is not frivolous or foolish. Make sure you've thought this out a little bit. This is not a time to take anything risky, according to the Fool reversed.
Well, I think there's a bit of cautionary note here for you, Mama T, actually, because I'm thinking that the Chariot combined with the Man Who's Waiting and the reverse Fool says you may be trying to put the cart before the horse, as they say. You may be trying to advance quicker on the planning, that's this card, and it may not be the best move for you. So depending on hello boy. Depending on what you're doing, you might want to slow down a little bit or just reassess your steps, because it looks like maybe you're jumping the gun somewhere and you might be better off just sort of holding back with your plans on that, or just being really careful about how it deploys,
He really wants you to. I think
Yes,
it's
he
the
does.
lights.
Is it?
Well, maybe he wants to attack him. You know how he goes after those lights? Don't blind him.
But they made his eyes look so pretty and green.
The chaser lights that they have, the laser lights. Won't be surprised if he goes attacking Mr. O's hat.
Hey.
All right, let's get back to the reading.
I was done.
Were you done? So I would just say, make sure that, like if you're signing papers, I see you say a big meeting, a good thing. Well, that's good. But, just make sure everything is in order. Don't take any unnecessary risks. And maybe this move that you're making is the safe move. And maybe it's saying that this is a time to do what's right and to do something that's more secure. But it is saying go forward. This is a time to move forward.
Well, on a positive note, I think this really shows a lot of the energy and initiative that you do have. Like I said, it just may be make sure that energy and initiative is lining up with how you see the steps of your plans going forward. So, Lenormand,
I'm working on it.
work faster.
I was petting my sonny. And he's purring.
Okay,
You know what?
good,
This
good.
is a very, very interesting combination here. Mama T. We have the bear. And we have the child.
Bear eat child.
So you know what this means? whatever you're doing, whatever this move is about, Mama T, and this planning and taking it safe, it is making you a lot more financially secure. And it's one small, maybe it's like one small step in the process, or it's saying, just take this slow, but what you are doing, the moves that you are making will make you feel more secure, whether it's financially or even more empowered on a, what do you call it? Oh gosh.
I'm sorry, I'm spazzing out with the camera.
I dropped a pickle.
You have to clean the carpet.
On a more spiritual or psychic or emotional level, you're going to feel more self-empowered. I guess that's the word I was trying to stammer for. So one way or the other, it's looking very, very positive for you as well. So long as you take approach that's not with any risks involved.
Well, I think this kind of corroborates what I was saying, that you should move a little slower towards this kind of a success or strength building that's going to happen here. The child is saying taking the child steps towards these plans, which I'm kind of showing there too. So I think it's really more or less a good sign that things are happening. You just don't want to be impatient or don't want to rush into certain aspects of it.
Yep, I agree.
All right.
Right. Oops, that's what we have for you, Mama T. Good luck with that.
And thank you.
Starry Boo is up. And wanted, we find romance this year. Okay. I got
so
the
that's-
pickle back.
Here's my Tarot of the Ages.
Oh, you're so silly.
And I give a romance and relationship reading for all the signs of the zodiac on Friday mornings. It's pre-taped, so you can just watch it whenever at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, but catch it whenever you can. And I pull one card for each sign of the zodiac to tell them what their good vibe is for the next week. And then I pull another card to tell them what are the bad trips they should try to avoid, the negative vibrations.
I think he likes the Santa hat on the pickle more than anything. He's just chomping away at it.
Your turn. I swear, I just can't get the camera the way I want it here.
Uh-oh.
I don't know what it is.
You moving furniture again, Mr. O?
It's what I do.
That's what it is.
I'll try to settle for that. Thank you.
All right. Oh, you shut the lights off.
Oh, I should have left them on, eh?
I meant your cat.
Oh, those lights.
Yeah, that's fine. It does get a little bit much. Too much green.
Starry Boo, you have your first card is the Nine of Swords.
Oh, goodness.
And then we have a Knight of Coins. These are both upright.
Yep.
And then we have the Queen of Swords. I know, she's an ice queen, right? So what does this mean? Well, will you find romance? It looks to me like it is possible that maybe you're so anxious, or that you have a tendency to be anxious, that you worry, and maybe some of this sort of adds to that energy that's inhibiting the possibilities. That's a possibility. But the other cards look pretty good, though. I mean, they don't talk specifically to emotional resonances, but the Queen of Swords is a person who pretty much is in charge for herself and knows how to make the right decisions for her welfare or for those she cares about. So that could be you. The Knight of Coins could be showing that rather than emotional matters, you may be moving more to an area where you're going to be dealing with some financial stuff or material matters or security matters, that's not impossible. That maybe that means that there's a possible relationship somehow connected to that or that results from that.
Well, I'm not going to rule it out, Starry Boo. We might do a yes-no follow-up here just to see, because he's right. That pentacle does smack of maybe more material concerns, but it could be somebody coming into your life, an earth sign.
Okay.
It could be somebody who is youthful in attitude, if not in body, but could be in body. And somebody who's very serious, though. It'd be somebody who's really rather serious. And so I think the Queen of Swords here might be a little bit indicative of you. Is this what you are? You may have some decisions to make if this is what you are looking for. But if it is material matters, you may have some decisions to make about money in this year ahead. And you might have some anxieties over money. I don't know if things will be tight, if you're unemployed, or you're relying on money that is just not coming through from somewhere. But there's anxieties. There's anxieties here. And like he said, don't get too hung up on the when or worry if a relationship is not happening right away. You might be getting yourself a little bit overly anxious, and it's unnecessary. The universe says it will happen in its, I'm using the pickle as a pointer, happen in its time. So that's sort of what I see here. But let's do the Lenormand on this real quick, Mr. Owen, then let's do a yes-no.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to do a yes or no, too, just to see if we can get any kind of more clarified answer. I agree with you, Violet, too. There was some vagary here. The clearest card is probably that Nine of Swords. And I think the suggestion is that some of this anxiety is not necessarily productive at all or realistic at all, so that, the more you can kind of, eliminate some of that, the more, things may settle down for you. Okay, so that's our first card. And the second. So we have the Anchor followed by the Cross.
So right now, maybe you are anchoring yourself in worries or doubts or fears about this in the future. Let it go, or maybe even you're carrying some burdens or grief from a past relationship that did not work out. I mean, that's a possibility here too. That anchor indicates that something is stuck. And the cross is about the worries, the grief, or the disappointment or sorrow. It's lingering, whatever this is. And so that kind of ties into that 9 there of swords. And so I just feel like you have to move this.
And it is a 9.
Yeah, that's interesting. And so you have to move this energy on.
Well, I think another way of looking at this that maybe could be a little bit more hopeful is that, and I agree with everything Banshee said, that this is just really you having over-internalized some of that. But you have 2 swords, and so that suggests that the mental element will be more your ally than not here. That it's really a matter of thinking your way through this and, trying to decide how to create better habits as far as
creating opportunities.
And opportunities, but, there are ways you can train your mind to get around your anxiety, things like that, just little habitual things. So you might want to check some of that out. Like I said, it's really more leaning to the idea that this is a mental thing you can work on mentally to, bring a different focus into your life. So we're going to do the yes or no.
That's right. I'll just put these out of the way here.
Oh, well, thank you. Because it's so hopeless? No, it isn't so hopeless.
Hey, smack this man.
It's not.
It's not hopeless. Those really were not bad cards. They were not.
Yeah,
the
they're
9
not.
was probably, well, I would say that the Lenormand was the more troubling of the reading. So it's just, but it seemed to magnify the message of the 9 of Swords to me.
Now we are asking the question, will you find romance this year? So
Yes.
we're going to see.
Now, remember, this is only a snapshot in time, too, so let's just see what the outlook is at present.
I should wear a green fedora all the time.
I think he is handsome in it.
Because you can't see the thinning hair on top.
Well, there's that, but your beanie covers that too.
Yes. Oh, but I'm not handsome in my beanie?
Well, okay, you are handsome.
And see, this is Irish, but my beanies are French, like me.
I thought you were something else.
Okay, didn't we talk about this already?
Yeah, I think
I'm a lot of things. I'm like Heinz 57. I have probably at least 6 different nationalities.
Want me to go?
No.
Well, I'll play with Sunny then. You want to attack the pen, I bet. It's pen time, isn't it? Sunny is not a fan of my pens. He wants to get them. So we were able to open our patio door today. It was 75 degrees. So we were able to just get some fresh air in here. The cats loved it, watching the squirrels and bunnies go by. There was a couple of each today.
Well, I think there's an aspect of you being blown away here, but it's not necessarily totally good. We had no aces, so this means no. Or it could mean no. But the thing that I thought was interesting was at the end of the first pile, we had the repeat of the Nine of Swords, the card that I said maybe there's too much anxiety right now for you to relax enough. Your other cards are Justice and the Reversed Moon. And the Reversed Moon would probably indicate to me that if there are any other reasons or situations that maybe are clouding or hiding what the matter's about, how this is going to happen for you, they may be revealed. I'm not sure when, but things may come to light that may give you more ideas to work on about changing the anxiety or dealing with it better. With Justice, I think it's just saying to me too that even if it's hard to accept, this may be better for you in a sense than maybe being in a relationship that you're not really, whoops, we're falling over.
It wasn't even the cat.
I know, it was me. Sorry.
You were saying something about Justice?
Are you okay, Libra? Oh, I see. Okay.
So you were saying something about Justice and you stopped.
I kind of said what I wanted to say. That
Okay.
maybe there's... Go ahead, then.
So basically, Starry Boo, the way I look at this reading, this is probably not I wouldn't take this as a full year outlook, even though that was the question. But for now, the cards are indicating no. And here's why. I feel Justice and the Nine of Swords go together here, in that you really need to find a little bit more balance in yourself before you move on. And I think the moon is going to be shedding a little bit more, is saying that a little bit more light is going to be shed on this. You're going to realize you need to do a little bit more work on the self before you're ready for the next relationship. And so I think that's what it's saying. And getting the Nine of Swords twice is kind of telling here. So,
well, if I wanted to try to go back to Justice, I think it's the idea that really there is a sense of a cosmic plan in all of this is what that's saying. I mean, the cards have a cosmic appeal, the moon reversed, because sometimes the moon does sort of talk about maybe romantic possibilities or things. So I think this is just saying really it's not that it's about fairness, it's just maybe saying there's a fate here that has to happen at least for this next time period. And like we said, this is a snapshot in time. Please come back and ask us more and consider what our messages are here.
Yeah, we got a short list tonight, Joelle. Good for you to join us. So that's what we have. And like I said, sometimes I think you ask for a year. I'm really not going to say that's a whole year reading. It looks pretty dismal. Maybe it will be. But I would try to ask this again in about 3 months. That would be my guess, is maybe right now it's not looking that good, but the outlook could change. So I would definitely check with us again, Starry Boo.
I like your response, Starry Boo. I appreciate that very much.
Okay. You are very welcome. Hey, Kara.
All right. And
General.
concern and prayers for Arizona, Libra. I hope she's going to be okay.
Oh, man, Libra. I have asthma, but I've never had a really serious asthma attack. I actually had a bad reaction to asthma meds many years ago, but never an asthma attack that really landed me. Oh, wow. Good luck with that. All right.
You're welcome, Starry. And Kara gets a general. That's on you then.
All right, I'm gonna get it.
Sure you are.
Let's do this one. These cards are so slippery.
You a useful tool? I'm not sure what that means. God, everybody's sick. You guys, take care of yourselves. No, seriously. Asthma's nothing to joke about.
No, it's not. Mine has been very well controlled with meds, but I haven't had to use my emergency inhaler in years. The daily maintenance.
It is no joke.
Helps me, but I don't want to test that with COVID or anything else, so I'm very, very careful. General for Kara. Hey, starts with the Seven of Cups reversed. Ooh. The Nine of Cups upright.
Ooh.
Ooh.
That's the one I said go for.
The Knight of Cups upright.
Are they all cups?
Yes, they're all cups, which is very, very emotional. So I don't want to necessarily go relationship, but it's kind of there. But I will say this. You may have some decisions or choices to make about something. Maybe it's about romance and relationships. Maybe...
Hi, Austin.
Hey, Austin. Good to see you. Austino, good to see you. So there may be something going on here because, of course, with the Knight of Cups, it definitely indicates the coming or going of something connected with the emotions, which could be a romance. It could just be something that brings you great joy, like that Nine of Cups, which is all about your wish.
That's for Austin. Happy St. Patrick's Day, Austin. And you be safe while you're driving. Sorry.
No, you're not. So, at any rate, Nine of Cups is the key here. Your wish could bring you great joy. Obtaining your wish or something you've long desired could bring you great joy.
Well, the reading has all these cups, which makes it sound like there's something really happy for you. It doesn't really have to be about a relationship. The Nine of Cups really is just talking about you feeling very happy. Sometimes people say it's almost too happy, like there's just over comfort sometimes involved in the Nine of Cups. But if you're a person who feels like you just haven't had your fill of comfort, this one's for you. And it could be that maybe it pertains to that King of Cups. I don't know that that necessarily has to represent any other external person. It could just be talking about something really kind that happened to you, somebody that listened to you, somebody that had your shoulder or whatever, had an ear for you to listen to you, and maybe that just meant so much. And maybe, it's tied into the idea too that Seven of Cups, that you chose this. You chose to find this happiness, or this is what's going to happen. And maybe it's because of listening to the right person or the right situation.
Austin's just here for the fun today, which is great. That's not a problem, Austin. Good to see you. All right, so it looks really, really positive, Kara. And Sunny is shedding all over me, affirming. What a good reading. All right, let me do. Oh my goodness, he shed all over me. That's the thing about the warmer weather. It's time to really brush their fur.
Well, I think Sunny always has sunny shedding season.
Yeah, I don't think he ever stops. All right, let's see what the Lenormand has for Kara. Well, I wonder about this. All right, so we have
The Crossroads. That
and
was
then
one.
we have the Scythe pointing away from it. And I think this is really kind of interesting here because in a way, the Crossroads kind of goes with that Seven of Cups card, that it's time to choose something. It's time maybe to choose what it is you are wishing for, you want, and go for it. It's time to make a choice or decision and take swift action towards achieving it. And it seems like it's going to bring you a lot of joy.
So maybe what's happening here is that somebody, the kind person or the kind situation, advises you to make a change that removes something that's not bringing as much happiness anymore, or that because you make that change, make that removal, more happiness will come to you. I could think of a few ideas, but I just want to keep it kind of general there. It's about making a choice, though, for sure.
And it's, like I said, whatever you want right now, whatever it is you want, it's time to go for it. The universe is saying, hey, green light here.
Green.
Green. All right, that's what we have for you, Kara. Good luck with that.
Thanks, Kara.
Mr. Maurice is up with a career reading.
All right.
Your deck.
Yes.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
I'm having a lot of problems with the camera.
Yeah, you are. Funny.
Yeah, it keeps falling over tonight, so sorry about that. Okay, I'm going to use my Ancestral Path Tarot for the career reading.
I am not even going to disturb. He's just fat. Well, he was till you shuffled. He was totally fat. He looked like he was knotted out. Oh, go to sleep.
All right. Thank you.
Right. Well, you really went for the green in that background, didn't you, Mr. O?
You like?
I do. Kiss Sonny's belly. Well, it's spread out here, let me just say.
You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of that horrible tro somewhere in our first couple of months.
Oh.
Do you remember? He told me to do something to you, and
That's quite all right.
Wasn't very nice.
And we've had some trolls over the years.
I actually cracked up. I thought that was so hilarious. But
well, we both laughed,
we got rid of
actually.
him.
It was like, really? Bye-bye.
Really?
All right.
Okay. Career reading. Ooh.
The Queen of Pentacles.
I know, I'm trying to show it. The Queen of Pentacles or the Queen of Sacred Circles.
Upright.
Upright.
Bump the camera.
I know. And then the Prince of Wands. He's reversed.
That's the page.
No, the prince would be the knight.
Okay, you have a princess on. Okay.
The princess is the page. And then the Three of Cups upright.
Wow.
So career reading. Well, the Queen of Pentacles aspects the career reading well. It could be yourself, it could be someone that maybe you're involved with, but it talks about growth and creativity. It talks about personalities who really make things happen. So even if the profession or career is not necessarily artistic or creative, there may be this idea of creative solutions or creative ways of doing things in the other context. That Page of Wands reversed, that one's a little odd because it sort of looks like a message that's delayed coming to you. I don't know if it's the message about this thing, because maybe this thing represents the opportunity that gives you more control. It's a queen, so there's more power there. And also it has this idea about really, I mean, it's a great card for material concerns because it's the Pentacles and it tends to be about material growth, satisfaction in that area, and security. And then we have the Three of Cups, which actually plays more towards an emotional aspect. But what it really says, you're happy, or there's a happiness, there's a celebration. So if I put them together, it almost sounds like maybe after a delay or maybe after some going back and forth with paperwork or messages, something may really make you happy because it's maybe advancing what's going on in your career or your opportunities.
Hey, Mr. Maurice, I don't know why, but that Prince of Staves reversed is the first card I'm focusing on today, the one in the middle. And I think that it's indicating to me that maybe after a false start or just, some movement that seemed to be going in the wrong direction for you career-wise or maybe financial-wise, it seems as though things are starting to work themselves out. So either somebody or you yourself are improving conditions. Maybe somebody or some people have decided, yes, you are the one we want for a position, or, whatever the question is, or yes, we're going to give you this money or payout or compensation. It seems like that's the case because here with the Three of Cups, I'm seeing people reaching agreement and kind of celebrating together, So I almost feel that whatever this situation is, that was a false start for you, or there was some bumps in the road, it looks as though some control is going to be regained and possibly some positive financial results, and everybody involved in the situation is going to be happy with it.
You know what I think is really interesting here too, because I'm just sort of noticing it for the first time again, but the queen is sort of looking over the little baby there, and I'm wondering, is this career opportunity involve mentoring people or training people or working with people where you have maybe this sort of nurturing role or some sort of over role, or is it possible that maybe this represents the idea that for this thing you'll be mentored to achieve best success? One or the other, maybe.
There's something very positive here. Either that queen represents you, that you are in a better financial or more stable position now, and maybe that you are able to kind of set the tone for how all of this plays out finally. Or it's somebody else.
The idea of cycles, the moon cycles too, kind of enforces what you're saying there.
Let's do the Lenormand.
All right.
Let's see what we've got for Mr. Maurice. And hi, Gloria. After Mr. Maurice, there's only 2 people in front of you, so we'll be able to get to you no problem.
Tell all your friends Thursday night's a great night to get a reading because we're slower.
We're slow. Some nights are slower than others. And hey, it's St. Patrick's Day. I'm sure there's a lot of people out and about tonight.
Oh, that's right. It's amateur night.
Oh, dear.
For partiers.
That's why I did not drive anywhere after noon today.
Well, it's interesting because we get another feminine figure here, the lady.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And then it's followed by the book. And once again, I think this reinforces that last idea I had about either you're getting an advancement or a position where you mentor people or you train people, or maybe there's a mentoring going on with you to help you reach your potentials in this career. But I sort of feel like that book is saying you're finding this out, or maybe you're finding out who a potential partner is in this too. Like maybe this person represents a partner that works with you in this career position or this change.
So I don't know who this could be. Like, maybe a career recruiter. It could be somebody who's a, what am I going to say? A go-between in some way.
Headhunter? No.
What?
Headhunter?
No, like a go-between in some way. This could be somebody like
liaison.
Maybe like a lawyer. Somebody is going to give you information that will help you through this situation. So I don't know if this is legal, if this has to do with a dispute settlement. I'm thinking about that Knight of Wands again. Or if it has something to do with just something that was expected but was not turning out the way you thought. It looks as though other people are involved and it will get straightened out. And it does look like there could be some woman involved in this somehow. So I don't know if any of that makes sense to you, Mr. Maurice. I hope it does. That's what the cards have for you today, career-wise. I will say, though, if you have not gone through this yet with this, this setback or this thing that didn't turn out right, you'll probably be experiencing that soon.
Okay. Well, good luck with all of that.
I think there's support for you there. I think there's support, definitely.
It seems like maybe after a delay or small wait, something is going to click, and this will present a little better emotional qualities.
Well, emotional and material, I think.
Yeah.
But largely that 3 of Cups means you're going to have a reason to celebrate, Mr. M. So
and you're
I'm
welcome.
hoping it all turns out good for you. All right. We're going to move on to Divine You.
Divine You.
All right. And I know you had a question. I saw it.
What does the universe want you to know?
Oh, okay. That darn universe.
And you're welcome, Mr. Maurice. Thanks for coming.
Let's see.
Thanks for your donation.
Thank you, Mr. M. Wait, I used that one already. I'm trying to mix it up here.
So don't forget, like I mentioned earlier, our unique astrology reading, which we've recently improved, the monthly modality messages as the sun moves into Aries on Sunday. We're going to broadcast that probably in the evening after our live stream that day. Earlier Sunday will be Banshee's Material Matters, and she's always in green for that. Well,
no, but I think green.
In spirit.
I definitely think green. Yeah, some of your cards have not been all that. Let's see what the universe has for you this week.
They do seem to show that there's a bit of a mental struggle going on where you're really analyzing a lot of things and you're really thinking about all this complexity that you find, in your life and your various situations.
it's the Sea Tom, which we just had in the other reading, the Knight of Cups. It's the Knight of Cups.
The Knight of Cups. That's nice.
And then we have the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Fire is reversed. And then we have the Floating Cat, which is the Hanged Man in this deck, upright.
May I?
Oh, you sure can, Mr. O. I'll time you.
Slow down, take your time, and look for love. Look for better emotional qualities, and make the sacrifices or give up the things that interfere with that. She doesn't like it.
You have problems with the cards today, too.
I have problems with everything.
What is going on? Too much cleaning today. All right.
Not by me.
Yeah. See what I put up with? Okay. So, let's see. The Sea Kitten. The Sea Kitten was the first card I drew. And so, I'm sorry, the Sea Tom. The Sea Tom. So it's the Knight of Cups. Basically, I think, Divine You, this is a time for you to, try to harmonize again emotionally. See, I think the Hanged Man is here for a reason. The Hanged Man realizes you've been kind of burnt out or sputtering lately. You've been feeling lower energy, or that something may be draining you. That's, I feel, what the energy of the Eight of Wands is here. And I think the Hanged Man is saying, slow down, relax, take a deep breath, and really, really just start to look at this from a different perspective now. You can bring joy and harmony back into your life, but you need to just slow yourself down and pace yourself more. I feel that maybe the universe is saying that with that Eight of, Wands again. But this is a card where it's the coming or going of emotional things, but I also feel the Knight can bring a lot of joy and love and harmony into your life if you let it. But if you're so burnt out all the time, you really can't bring that in. So the Hanged Man is saying it's time for you to chill for a while. And really, once you do, you'll start gaining a better perspective on things. Don't be so hard. Don't be so rushing for outcomes. Just let everything unfold in time now.
I agree.
All right. So, let me get the letter out.
What deck is that?
That is the Mystical Cats Tarot. I believe it's by Amber Weatherstone. But it's a really beautiful deck. I love it. I'm glad I got it. All right. What can we add to this? The
Garden, which sort of has the Ace of Cups on it. And the ring. Oh dear.
Well, Divine You, it's time for you to make a commitment to mingling more. I really feel like maybe it's time for you to be out and about, possibly looking for love, There is that with the ring there, but the garden is about socializing and networking with friends or people. And so I feel this is a time to make a commitment to more social activities in your life. And maybe it's not a matter, I know sometimes, I'm not a people person either all the time. So I would say maybe it's not a matter of you connecting one-on-one with people, but it's a matter of going where people are right now. Like, for example, to a museum or to a park, a concert in the park, or, just where people gather.
I started off by feeling really inspired by telling you that, you need to slow down and really orient yourself towards the idea of love or moving towards emotionality. And I think that these two cards are very interesting because this is a Lenormand that takes its imagery
from the Rider-Waite
Tarot. And this is literally the same card, a hand holding the cup, the Ace of Cups, a hand coming out holding the cup. And so I'm thinking like it just reinforces this idea. But I think it's more important to consider what Banshee said, that this is really, I think, you being out in the web of life without necessarily the purpose of saying, I have these things to do. It's really about you going there for the sake of enjoyment. You need to sort of feel the pulse of life. You need to maybe go where people play card games, or where people go dancing, or where people go to museums.
Exercise, whatever the case may be.
Go to public libraries. There's all kinds of book clubs and programs there. And you could just be part of an audience of people and mingle quietly and slowly at your own pace.
That's what it looks like, Divine. That's what I'm going to go with here. That's what we have for you this week. Not bad. They aren't bad cards at all, really. You know, I would say, okay, that one in the middle here. But, you know, really, when I look at the Eight of Fire, it's saying, you know, you're spent energy-wise. That's what's bringing you down right now is, you know, so you need something that can just pick up your spirits or at least put them at rest.
Or things that take your mind to some degree off of what you feel are your problems and anxiety. You need to just be able to relax and see things from other perspectives.
You are welcome, Divine You.
You're always welcome.
We'll be in touch soon.
We will be in touch soon.
All right. Joao, you are up. I think Joao posted something. Am I right?
Not yet. Oh, wait. No, not yet. And we're still having a little bit of frame footage, but it's not very much. It's very tiny, actually. Go right ahead, Joyo. And Mr. O is a little thirsty, but I don't have green beer. Bye-bye. See you soon, too. We love you, Divine. Thank you so much.
Take care, Divine.
Okay, your next couple of months, next 3 months.
Okay, about 3 months. All right. Your deck, or was it mine?
Yeah, it's my deck.
All right.
Okay, so I'm going to use Dame Fortune Wheel. So let's see if we can get an idea about what the next 3 months show.
Oh, sunny sun. At least he's very calm. He's probably tired out from all the crazy cleaning activity we were doing today.
I don't know.
Maybe the fresh air.
Yeah, there was a bit of fresh air for these guys. We opened up the windows and they had a bit of fresh air.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what that was, but I guess I should go in and
I
investigate.
think you should check.
Excuse me, folks.
That was weird. Check the bathroom. I don't know if they knocked something down in there. Just cats being cats.
Did maybe somebody leave something by the door?
Oh, check that and see. I'm not expecting anything. Is the garage open?
No. Don't worry about it.
Hey, could you go upstairs and check my bathroom?
Why?
Is the windows open?
And what am I looking for?
See if they knocked out the screen. There could be a cat on the ground.
Focus on the reading.
Well, anyway, while he's away checking on what could have happened, I just wanted to add that We're going to be doing some special stuff up and coming. I plan on doing a soul story soon. I'm almost ready. It'll probably be a week away. And those are where I give stories of, I don't know, life experiences I've had. Nothing, eh? Well, I have no idea.
I
We
wouldn't worry
must have
about
a ghost in the house today. But anyway, stay tuned for that. I'm waiting a week because I'm waiting for a certain thing to happen because it'll be part of my story. So there'll be more on that in the upcoming weeks.
Okay.
Could be. I don't know. It was a loud noise. I can't figure out what happened.
It was pretty loud. Okay, Joyo, your first card is the Six of Coins upright. And then you're followed by the Three of Swords reversed. And then the Star reversed. So it's an interesting mix. Yes, it's an Irish ghost.
Yes, we've stirred something up here. The Six of Coins. All right. Okay, the next 3 months. Well, you know, I think the next 3 months are a healing time for you. Whether you're healing from some heartache or just some disappointment, I think that's going to be the big impetus of what's happening in the next 3 months. It's like a healing is underway, and it's almost as if this is a real positive thing, because with the Six of Coins, it's indicating that through this healing, whatever it is, whether it's from a setback with employment, whether it's from a setback with finances or relationships, you're going to get back in the flow again. You're going to get back and be more receptive to giving and receiving. In other words, things, you will get what you give out, and vice versa. You will give out what you get. Does that make sense? No.
It makes a lot of sense. I almost feel, too, that part of the healing is for you to learn what it is you need to give, or how to give more of yourself. That may be part of the healing process. And I think it's related to maybe the Star reverse too, the idea that you've kind of given up hope on different things happening for you. Maybe not on everything, but you've given up hope maybe on this thing happening. You realize the other thing might happen. And so to some degree, that's made you feel like you need to focus on healing yourself, curing yourself, and you will discover that this really involves you being able to dig into yourself and give some things you didn't give before, you didn't think you needed to give, but it's really going to help you. It may help you in more ways than just emotional healing. It might be really about material things.
Or your physical body even. I mean, I'm not going to rule that out either.
Another possibility could be that some of these things were inhibiting how you were in your career or in other aspects of your life, and getting to the bottom of that and trying to resolve them will make progress happen there too.
Well, and so what does healing look like to you? Is it a new job? Is it a new relationship? Is it just being able to feel strong enough to now move into these new things, to try new things? Whatever the case may be, I feel like you're really going to get back into the flow of it and in the swing of things. And when you do that, that pessimism, the doubts about the future, the Star brings, that will subside.
Interesting.
Your Lenormand?
Yes.
Goes so strong. Yeah, it almost sounded like a door. Or it sounded like that cat litter partition or something like that.
But
or a
it
door.
was...
No, it wasn't.
It was still there.
It was weird. It was a loud sound, though.
All right, so we have 2 cards in the Lenormand for you. The first one is the Clouds.
Okay.
And then that's followed by the Ring. And the Clouds' bright side is facing towards the Ring. So that's a good indication.
So to me, again, I don't know if this is healing emotionally from a relationship or a failed commitment of some sort. You know, whether things didn't work out on a job or whatever the case may be. But it looks as though, let me just get my trusty pointer here. It looks as though with this light side facing that, it's indicating to me that now you're seeing things more clearly. Now some of the depression or anxieties related to whatever was happening here is subsiding, and you're going to be on much, I would say by the end of 3 months, you're going to be on much firmer footing than you are right now.
I think another way of looking at the star reversed also too is to say that maybe it's a little bit of a sobering process, a little bit of realizing that, you know, you have to put your life in perspective. It's not necessarily the worst or the best. It's just somewhere there. And so that's what I wanted to say about that one too. But I agree mostly with all of this, that really it is about healing yourself and working your way through difficulties that will better enhance you.
So another thing that this is saying here with the clouds this way is make a commitment to healing, making a commitment to move forward now, make a commitment to bringing joy or harmony back in your life, and you will do fine.
All right. And you're
That's
welcome.
how you should spend the next 3 months.
And you're welcome, Joyo.
That's what we have for you. Good luck
So
with
good
that.
luck with that. Thank you. And Gloria is up next.
Hey, Gloria. I
Hi.
see Jay Noah's joined us.
And I see Jano there. Thank you.
All right, Gloria. Ask for a relationship reading. What's coming towards in love? Who's this past person? Readings keep saying will come forward and apologize to me soon.
How do we want to deal with that?
Well, it's two different things. Let's see what we can do here. I want to look at what's coming towards you in love first. Let's do that. All right.
Your deck.
I know. Sunny. Shuffle. Sonny and his tummy rubs. You're gonna make the fur fly, Sonny, and then Mr. O's gonna start coughing.
Oh,
All right, Gloria, your first card is the Five of Cups reversed. I love this card, it's cute. The second card is the Page of Swords upright.
oh.
Wow, sword cards here. And the third card is the King of Swords upright. Well, I do wonder about this, Gloria. It looks as though there might be something coming. It could involve a message or communication from someone. Maybe it's somebody you connect with by social media. I'm not going to say that as a given. It just might be somebody that you meet and you start a dialogue with, and it might lead to something more. The Five of Cups reversed to me is a card of moving on now, moving on with your life, letting the past go, letting missed opportunities go, and moving on to new opportunities. And so that means to me that some new opportunity is probably coming your way. And that's heralded, I think, here by the Page of Swords, which can indicate here some news or some communication, some new beginning in that regard. And that's why I kind of think this may start off with casual conversation, but it might lead to something else. And here we have a King of Swords, and the King of Swords is somebody who is who could be an air sign, maybe slightly older than you. I see they're a mature individual. They may be set in a career already. They could be involved in legal or corporate matters or affairs. What do you see?
Well, I'm thinking that the reversed Five of Cups kind of plays to your question about somebody from the past and this saying that... I know that, but it just kind of strikes me that way. And so I'm wondering if this is just sort of saying, don't bother with that, move on from that. But clearly, I think Banshee's right. There is somebody coming.
I didn't know you were going to go there with that. I'm happy.
Oh, okay. So you were prejudging me?
No, but I still want to do another reading on that other part of it.
That's fine. That's fine. So I do think that the page says something else is coming, but I think it's because you will decide to move on from whatever that past thing that may be showing up is. Maybe you said something about that, or maybe if you realize who it is, you realize that it was not good emotionally. You're moving on from that, and that's clearly represented by the Page of Swords. I think it is saying maybe that somehow, maybe this is an idea, you're somehow suggested to meet somebody. I sort of feel like there's a suggestion. Maybe somebody says, oh, I know somebody you should meet, or maybe somehow somebody introduced you to somebody, or vice versa. Maybe somebody is introduced to you. And once again, I feel that they could be, this just a little breath of a fresh air in the sense that they're more mature than maybe you're used to or that you've had. Not that you do or don't like that, but they just seem to be a little bit older, a little bit more mature, and a little bit more sure of what they want, either in relationships or just in life in general.
Right. And so I guess here, now that Mr. O went there, but I still think I want more information on this because, number one, this person who's coming forward and apologizing, I don't know if it's a love interest or not. But what I would say here in relation to what's coming to you towards love, the reason I think this is something new is because of that page.
Yeah.
Because the page heralds something new to me. I don't think this is something old coming back. And that's why I got that here. Let's hold off on, let's do the Lenormand on this one.
Right.
I'm going to do the Lenormand on this one, see what we get, and then we will do the other reading for you. And just see if we can glean anything about that. And then we have Jane No and Violet Lotus. Well,
The Cross. The Lilies.
well, it's a tricky combination here. I'm not really sure how to read that one. Let me think about this a minute. I don't think you should use the cats for these, Lenormand. The tiles they may work with, but not the cards.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I think the lilies here is indicating that some innocence has been lost to you through some recent, I don't know why, I'm feeling this may not be, these cards may not be necessarily about this, but only about love in general. And I'm getting the feeling that this is saying some innocence has been lost here through some experience that caused you some heartache and sorrow. I'm just picking that up.
So it could be the thing that maybe thinking you should leave alone, this voice from the past or whatever that is. It could be that, and that maybe that will come out in this time framework that you'll realize this person really killed a lot of things.
Right, and I'm not necessarily saying it's the person who apologized here.
No.
But what I am saying is, and you might think it is, so if that works for you, fine. But I do think it is something from a past experience that has kind of left you kind of rattled. And so this will probably be a bit of a breath of fresh air for you. Maybe it's something where it will just develop slowly, because it'll start with conversation. Maybe you'll meet again for coffee or conversation, and it'll just unwind in time where you'll feel more comfortable with things. That's what we have in that reading. Let's move on to the next. I'll take those. And we'll do this for you this time because we don't have a lot of people. We'll do this one to find out about this. Who is this that's coming back that's apologizing? And see if we get any info on that for you. Okay, Jason, we'll get to that in a minute. Just keep that question up there. We're going to do this other part for Gloria real quick. Here, shuffle. Mm-hmm. And come. Oh my gosh. Look at this.
So we get the page again. The Page of Swords. And I'm seeing her question down there again.
I'm freaking out here.
Oh, and we got that one again. King of Swords. But we do get the Lovers, which is a different card. Hello, Sunman. Come here.
Well, I think this person that's apologizing to you is somebody you did have a relationship with in the past, or, you know, somebody you've communicated. Could this have been a verbal argument maybe you've had with, oh my gosh, Sonny.
Kara, do something about him. You're the only one that can control him. Look at this.
Sonny.
Look at this.
Get over here. Come here. Come on. Come here. Come on, get the pickles. Come on.
It's like a Godzilla movie where there's a giant actor and then little
gosh, the
props
things I gotta do here. Herding cats.
Sorry,
reading
Gloria.
Cards. Sorry, Gloria. But this is fascinating that we got the two same cards. So, gee, is the person the one coming back? I'm not sure. What I do think here is that there is this sense here that
I know, because it kind of throws some of the other
does.
reading askew here.
I'm kind of freaked out by this, Gloria. So maybe the two readings do fit together. One could say we didn't shuffle well, but we both shuffled. And there is a different card in between, and it's the Lover's card. All right, so what I would say is I think this person coming back, maybe somebody you had a relationship with that will apologize. Now, whether you really should get back together with that person or not, I don't know. I'm not sure. If it is what came up in the last cards, it looks like it could be a fresh start, a new beginning. But
so it could be that Five of Cups didn't refer specifically to this person who may apologize and come back. That may have been another relationship that I was picking up on. I sort of agree with Banshee. I get the feeling here that there is something.
All right. I have to move him. I just have to do it. And you know what, Sonny? You're grounded. There. You can't go there. You keep knocking the set over. Poor Sonny.
I feel that without it being really definitive, it does look like this is happening, like maybe somebody from the past is apologizing and maybe they are coming back into your life on different terms.
Yeah, I'm wondering that myself. But I do think it was a former relationship or somebody at the very least that you may have had feelings for.
Something like that.
Well, I hope this makes sense. It really is an odd synchronicity that we got all those cards together.
Hi, Angel.
Yeah, on a Thursday. Can you believe it, Angel?
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy Go Green Day.
All right, so that's what we have for you. I hope that helps.
Yeah, I am sure of one thing, certainly, that something is coming to you and it is romantic.
Yeah.
I really think that, to me, out of the readings, is the one that I'm the most sure about. This other one, maybe we'll want to ask it again sometime, too, to get more
Okay,
info.
you know who we're talking about. Okay, cool.
Okay, all right then.
Well,
Good luck with that.
and maybe we'll hear more next time. Okay, so Jano had a question.
Jano did have a question. I saw it there.
Okay, met
Yeah,
M. Is M a potential partner?
All right, we're going to do, was that my cards up there, right? Your cards.
Yeah, so
We're
it's
going
my
to do
deck.
a quick yes, no, so do
Okay.
that. Let's ask that part first, and because then if it's no, we'll ask who's coming.
Okay. So, is M a potential partner for you?
And Sonny left the stage in disgust.
Having done his dirty deeds.
Sonny just took everything down, Angel, so we banished him from
Yeah.
that
like,
part of the set.
the last 5 minutes before you showed up, he was just
Whacking the cards off the display and everything.
with his tail.
I don't care if it's his birthday week.
You're welcome, Gloria.
Okay.
Yeah, we have your question, Jano.
We've got it, Violet.
Yeah, don't worry. We got you.
It is Kara's fault.
It was Kara's fault all along.
All right. I'll count. I insist. I got room now. I'm going to make use of it. Well, it's leaning towards no, but it's interesting. So I definitely want to do the other reading for you, Jason, because first off, we got the one ace in the middle here. It's the Ace of Sacred Circles. That just means that it's leaning towards no. M is not necessarily the one. And then I got the Hermit reversed. And then I got the Princess of Cups. And so, which is the page in this deck. And so, I'm thinking, Jason, that this might mean that she's not maybe not the one that out there in the world, because the Hermit has now come out of his cave, okay, he's reversed, so he's back out into the world. There's something else out there for you. And it's the beginning of love, I think, is going to happen, but there's somebody else coming.
That's a good point. I think that what the Hermit represents is that this person, maybe you and them would have a lot in common and would probably be good friends, but you don't really have some deeper things that align, that maybe there's some deeper values that really would not make you compatible at that level. So they may end up just being a friend or acquaintance of some sort. And I do feel that that's the news there, that the Page of Cups suggests that the search goes on and that actually...
It's a romance. The beginning of a romance.
Isn't that the Knight of Cups?
I like to think of the page as that, because the page is sort of like you're asking somebody out on a date.
Okay, we'll go with that.
But, or something like that, or you are asked out on a date, whatever the case may be. So let's look at what's going on for love for you in general now to get a little bit more, and then we will do the Lenormand. It wasn't a definite no on
True.
M. So in other words, you're okay to pursue this. It just looks like there might be something to me. Maybe Mr. O differs on the page with me a little bit. It looks like there is something else out there. Oh, you said it was the Knight, right?
No, that's the page.
It's the page.
If it was the Knight,
Right.
I would maybe more agree with that.
Well, the Knight is the coming or going of a matter connected with love or romance, and it could mean that, but pages are beginnings. So I always think it's the beginning of new love. Somebody catches your eye, and you go for it. I feel the Knight is kind of deepening the romance. I guess that's the way I've always kind of looked at it. Things going deeper.
Okay. 2 against 1.
All right. All right, I wanted to cut there. That's where I cut it. All right. I see you've got your light show back on.
Trying to bedazzle you. Okay, so we have the Chariot reversed.
Okay.
And then we have the Queen of Wands reversed. And then finally the Prince of Cups. That's your Knight of Cups. The Prince of Cups is your Knight of Cups.
Well,
It's Fabio. That's got to be a good sign.
well, it's reverse, number one.
I know.
All right, so I don't know why we had pretty good cards there with the other one, which was a no. And now we're getting kind of wonky cards here. I wonder if this just isn't talking about your present right now, Jano, because the Chariot is reversed here, and it's acting like right now nothing's happening. There's just seems to be blockages in your path to romance. Nothing's been going on. And it just seems as though people you've been meeting, people have been coming and going in your life that have not been really clicking with you, really resonating with you, really pulling out all the bells and whistles, so to speak. I almost think this is talking about you right now. And so I still think with the other reading, it's indicating that something is going to be coming. It's going to change. It's going to happen. But right now, maybe for like the next, I don't know, possibly a month, I would say, maybe a month. It might seem like things are a little slow going or sketchy, but it will change.
Breathe, Banshee. Breathe.
Hey, I felt like that, I don't know how many readings ago. I should have marked that one down.
Right.
You went on for like 10 minutes.
Okay, so to me, that Chariot reversed is saying that really this idea about, making yourself feel accessible, finding that situation there, it's a challenge. It's going to be a real challenge. And I wonder if it's connected to something you said about you were still hoping to get with Elise or get back with Elise. And I remember this reading from before. I'm wondering if the Queen of Wands reversed represents the idea of Elise, maybe somebody who has a certain amount of scorn or non-attraction towards you based on what I remember the reading about. Still, I still think that even though reversed, this could be saying, though, that you're moving ahead into romantic encounters. It just may be that nothing's going to really click right away. And so once again, I'm going back to that. And if that represents Elise, then maybe you have to really resolve once and for all your feelings on whether you will get back together or where you have a chance of getting back together with them based on what we know at least. But the challenge is very much there with that. The Chariot reverse just says it's really almost an old uphill battle.
I can definitely see how she broke your heart if that's Elise, if that's representing Elise right there. You were very, very attracted, but she just had an edge to her, there's just some sort of edge. It just didn't work out. And to me, if this is Elise, it looks as though, like I said with the Chariot here, it's not good. It's not going anywhere. It just seems like, don't get stuck on Elise. Maybe that is the message here, because that could be holding you back from experiencing, the romance that in the last reading wanted to start happening.
I like what you say there at the end, because I think that the idea about healing is also represented in the Knight or any of the cups to some degree. And so maybe this is agreeing with you that you do need to figure it out for yourself and release all of that. Do some sort of ceremony for yourself or some sort of thing for yourself that, allows you to put into perspective and move on. All right, so now, Jano, we're going to do the Lenormand. This may give us one other little idea or some other relevance or resonance.
The key.
Oh. Well, it's interesting.
What's a gentleman?
I know, no, we're not talking about that here. But, okay, so you have the key.
You are the key.
You are the key.
You are the key to where your relationships go from here, Jason. So you are the one that has to work it out. Are you going to sit and pine over Elise, or are you going to move on? And I understand your heart was broken. I'm not meaning to be cold or callous here when I say that. But I think that this is clear here. The cards are saying you are the key. Maybe you are the one that is holding yourself back right now from love entering your life, because you're hoping that this person could return. Or, that's just it. So you have to decide. I think
sometimes
is right.
The Chariot talks about our goals that we can't really materialize or manifest. Sometimes it talks about maybe a fruitless battle. A lot of times it's really, when it's ascendant, it's talking about being able to take charge. Maybe here it's just saying it really is not going to move for you, whether it's just because it's stacked against you or it's just not possible for other reasons.
So that's what we have for you. Good luck with that, Jano.
I hope your friend will help you too then. And thanks for coming. I hope you check us out again.
Hey, Angel Rivera, you up for a reading?
Were they heading off to chat or something?
They had a problem connecting with the chat, but he got it back. Here's.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But I think Violet's putting a little bit to bed, so we'll just check if Angel Rivera wants a reading, and then it'll be Violet Lotus when she gets back.
And then we're done.
We're done.
You're welcome, Jano.
Hey, you are very welcome. Oh, you are there. Ah.
Oh, dear.
Always fun meeting the new library administrator. Well, people will be disposed. All right, let's see what we've got here.
Why, of course we would bear with you, Violet.
All right. I'm going to make sure I grabbed all the cards out of here. There's my stick.
So while she was doing her cleaning, I was doing my cleaning. Cleaned the stove. I hadn't done it in a little while. Ooh, kind of dirty.
I cleaned a corner in the kitchen that hadn't been cleaned in I don't know how long. Well, we had to move some cabinet around, and of course, then I saw the floor, and I was like, oh no. And countertops, but now we've got a dusty ceiling fan. And with the weather getting warmer, we have to dust off the old fan before we turn it on, and dust flies everywhere.
Yeah, it can be really gross.
All right. And we have guests coming by this weekend. Perfect. We're going to tell them they have to stay on this floor. This floor is the only floor that's in any kind of order. And some of it is debatable. Like behind me and on this side. But still some clutter to be dealt with. Once we get everything clean, I'm going to start tackling pantries down here. And purging and organizing. It's a process.
Does that sound familiar to you?
Mystical Tarot. Okay, I'm not sure. I'll have to look that one up.
I think I might have heard about Mystical Tarot. That's great.
Wow, Angel. This is really wild. All right. So, we have the Earth King, the first card. Everything is upright. We have Death, upright.
Huh.
And we have the Six of Cups, upright. I have some real interesting thoughts here. I think you'll survive this, but I do think big changes are afoot.
Yeah.
And this may not necessarily be just library administrator. There's big changes in store, I think, at the library maybe. Now, the King of, what did I say that was? Pentacles. The King of Earth is, obviously this is somebody who's really organizationally oriented. They're going to be looking at the organization top down, and that's why changes are going to be afoot. Now I look here and I wonder, okay, so what could the Six of Cups mean here?
Abandoned ship.
Well,
look at them.
I know they look like they're treading water there, but that's not the message of the Six of Cups that we know.
Right.
The Six of Cups is about happy memories from the past. So it's almost as if...
Oh, even better.
He
You're
knows
stuck there, but you at least remember the better times.
He knows where
Good
I'm
luck,
going.
Angel.
He knows where I'm going. So basically, a lot of you may be also trying to be pointing out to the new guy on the block or the person on the block that, there were some things that really worked for us in the past and we should keep them, because everybody was happy with them. And so I kind of feel that way, or it might be you guys all reminiscing and thinking of the days with the former library administrator or whatever. So you might be looking at this person as, well, we're not sure about this direction this person wants to lead us in. And, you're thinking about days when they were better.
I suppose there are ways that you can leave without physically leaving, and that maybe part of that is by basically, living in a projection of some sort, mentally, of either the past happier time or the future hope for happier time. I'm not exactly sure what that is, but I sort of feel like I'm left with that conclusion because clearly I think Banshee's right about this, what we said. This is that person that's coming in and, they just look like that kind of smug cat you want to, well, we don't do that. We don't do that to cats, so you know what that means.
Well, they're coming, it's the King of Pentacles, and I feel like maybe they're already coming in with an agenda, because, and I'm not saying it's necessarily bad. I don't want to alarm you too much, but, I've been down, been down this rabbit hole, Angel,
yeah, you have.
In the last 3 years of my existence at work.
But maybe this change tells us that what's happening is that there is a movement and you're moving away from what will probably be, in retrospect, not as good. You will be moving towards something better, that maybe the changes this person will bring will be better, will move you towards a calmer situation.
Well, I hope so. No, I really don't see anything super bad here. And he's right. Usually with Death Upright, change is necessary. And for whatever reasons, whether their administrative agenda, whether their faculty agenda, whether their library agenda, change is necessary. So, and they've got something in mind. All right. Let's see.
Oh, that came up again.
Yeah. With the tree.
With the tree. So we have the tree.
That's very positive.
And the lilies.
Well, I think, excuse me, this is the start of some positive, growthful turn for the library. And I think that, you know, the way, like you were asking too, how you can survive this is by just being willing to be open to opening, you know, yourself up to this as being a more, that growth will come out of these changes that are being instituted here. That there will be more things to learn, there'll be more things to grow from. I think really overall it's a positive reading. So hopefully it'll all go well.
Well, I'd say that
I'm just don't mind me. I'm just cynical about all this.
because the lilies talks about evolution or you know, growing up or changes, it does coincide with the death card. So maybe it is really enforcing the whole idea there that there's going to be some really great growth after you get through some of the changes and allow the growth to happen. And so maybe that's why, once again, I would say this says you're moving towards a calmer shore. You're getting through what was maybe a little bit more wonkish, strugglish waters, you know, and moving to better.
Well, I'll be interested to hear how this plays out.
Yes. I see that.
So, you know, good luck with that. I had just found out a certain place I worked at just had more people move into more library space being transmitted into
Mr. O is
something
like
else. So, who knows what changes will be afoot. But good luck with that. All right.
Mr. O is starting to poop out all of a sudden.
Well, that's okay because we are on.
Violet.
Hey, well, don't worry. Mr. O will not poop out until we get done with Violet Lotus's reading.
Because you
You're
said
welcome.
so.
Because I said so.
Alrighty.
Okay, Violet Lotus,
You're
you
welcome.
are up. Finally, thank you for moderating so well today again.
I'm going to look for that, Jano. Thank you.
Right.
We do follow a few people. It just mostly ends up getting hard to watch all of their programming when we're trying to get all our programming together. But we really do try to support each other. We know some fabulous folks that do readings, and they come to our readings, and we occasionally can go to their readings. Shar,
Violet Ann, Apple and Eve.
Apple and Eve are just some of the great ones we know. And of course, Angel. We visit his blog.
Okay, alrighty. It's your deck, Mr. O.
I know that. Yes, sure.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Well, while we're waiting for you, we'll just quickly mention that
Couple of announcements.
my computer's acting wonky. We got happy hour this Saturday, so
It's
come
not
again.
easy, Angel, but we are he's semi-retired, I'm retired, so
Thank
make
you,
it
Angel.
work.
We do make it work, and we wouldn't do it if we didn't feel, you know, that we appreciate you folks who give us all.
But now
the
our house
support
is a
and
mess and we're cleaning up.
So
That's how we find time for
I
it.
guess
The
it's
house
like
is a
payback.
disaster.
Right. We live in squalor so that we can bring you a cool show. So don't forget to watch me on Wednesdays too at 8 a.m. Woohoo! And
Sonny's sleeping here, Kara. Don't worry, he came back.
right, Mr. O's so boring without Sonny, right? Is that it, Kara? Et tu, Kara? Et tu?
Even Sonny's bored. He's sleeping now.
You always give me really good comments, Angel, and you're not critical. You just love us, so that's great too. But please, anybody, some people have wrote and said, "Oh, well, this was too long," or "That was, sort of weird," and I take criticism. I do.
Well, why don't we start shuffling for Violet? We have her question, so we could start shuffling, Mr. O.
This is true.
It's 8:57, so let's go.
I'm trying to think.
Pick a deck.
But nothing's happening.
Kitty is shedding. They're probably all going to start shedding. I'm going to have to brush more routinely than ever, especially Shadow. Shadow's a tough one. She will not stay still for anything.
That's okay. We delayed a few minutes, made a few announcements, so we're ready to get started.
Yeah, we made some announcements, just talked.
Thought about your question. So here we go.
Did a sunny cam.
Call each other out. No, we didn't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
What?
Already sunburned and peeling, but
All right.
I stay out of the sun because I can't peel. I just don't do peeling.
All right,
Violet.
Mr. O, let's see some cards.
How can the spirits, or will the spirits, be able to inspire you? Oh, of course they will, because you have the Nine of Cups.
Wow.
And maybe that's a good thing. We'll explain that in a minute.
Reassurance from Spirit.
You also have the Queen of Swords. And I think I know what that means too then. And then you have, and that was reversed, and then you have Temperance reversed. So it's a mixed bag from Spirit in terms of, reassurance.
Well, I think here Spirit is saying that these are turbulent times right now. You're an empath and, you're probably picking up some of the really bad energy, that's in the world right now and events. And there's a lot of imbalance right now. And so I think what the Queen of Swords reverse Spirit is saying, don't be so hard on yourself. Bam. I knew you were going to go there. Great minds. So I think that you're being hard on yourself, and Spirit says you are so close to obtaining what you desire. It's really only a matter of time and a little more effort. And just hanging in there. I mean, obviously, we can't always factor in for some of the external things that interfere, that bring us down in life, like these things that are happening right now. But we can keep trying to work towards our goals. I kind of noticed this message in the cards of the day we've been getting lately. I've been feeling they've been coming up, Violet, that, despite what might be all the uncertainty around us right now, we've got to keep focusing on our lives and our goals. We really can't let it shake us off our game. Of course, we need to feel, we need to help where we can or do whatever we can, but we need to work on the self still in our lives because time is passing and we just got to keep on keeping on.
I want to take a moment to say thanks for stopping by, Anthony. Appreciate that. And we probably were
Anthony.
At the end of our evening, but I appreciate you dropping by. I'm hoping you're having a good St. Patrick's Day. Thanks for dropping in.
Hey, good to see you. And thanks for that, thinking of us.
So I agree with Banshee. I do feel that Spirit is trying to reassure you by saying, don't be so down on yourself. Don't be so glum chum. That really there are good things here. You should be able to do them. It may be too that, some of this is just a balanced perspective for you, that maybe Spirit is saying is that you don't always see half full, half empty, that maybe you see differing measures, and that you have to sort of figure out where the balance is, of course.
Yeah, I just feel that balance will come back so long as maybe you don't push too hard. Don't push yourself too hard during these difficult times. If you are feeling out of balance, what are the things you need? Do you need to get out in nature more and reconnect? Do you need to take more walks? Do you need just some soothing baths, some things that will just make you feel less, anxious or unsettled? Because this is waiting for you. The Nine of Cups is waiting for you. It's there.
That's the spirit of saying that. That's what reassures you, is keep.
The Lenormand.
Oh, yes. I thought you wanted to shake my hand.
No, I didn't.
Hi, Estelle.
Uh-oh. Hey, Estelle. I guess we could do a quick one for you. Anthony didn't act like they wanted a reading.
They said they didn't, so
I would give you one, Anthony, but I think you're just here to say
all
hi.
right, so you have the garden and you have the lady, and of course that means that you're the lady, and so I think the garden is like the secret garden, like the one with ghostly mystical things in there too. So maybe this is really saying, this is just their positive sign for you, saying you're with them. You're in the garden of souls. You're in the forest of souls, whatever you want to look at that.
Well, it's so interesting that you came up with the garden, because if I took it literally, it could say, yes, get out in nature more. Maybe focus on, things. If you can even plant something, and focus on growing something, that may help boost you in some way. But also, taking it less literally, I would say that this is also about connection again. Garden is about getting, connecting with the things that bring you joy. Certain spirit guides or ancestors that you gravitate to, reconnect with them, right now when you're feeling out of sorts. Your allies out there. I think they're there for you, and I also think this is saying you really are still connected.
For certain people or for certain types of readings, the garden would pertain to, something else. For you, I think it pertains to kind of that apparatus behind you of the spirits you work with, the spirits that are your ancestors. Demi, is that his name, right? Demi, things like that.
The other thing is that this could also indicate, because sometimes the garden is about going to happy social affairs or occasions. So what I'm thinking here is maybe this could also be indicating, Violet, that sometime soon you may have a breakthrough. You may have a little bit of a breakthrough that will bring you some joy and a reason to realize you're still connected, and that things are fine. So I think it's okay. I think overall it's okay. When I saw that Queen of Swords, though, like you, Mr. O, that's the first thing I thought of. Don't be too hard. Don't be too hard on yourself. These are turbulent times right now. They're hard to navigate. All right, so that's what we have for you.
And that means
Estelle.
We are with Estelle then. So Estelle, go ahead and
Go
give
ahead
us a
with your
question if
question.
you have. Yeah.
We need it now, Estelle. It's now or never, because we just hit overtime.
Now or never.
All right.
Like the Blues Brothers used to say. Hit it! Mr. O wants to take his hat off.
Is that a Blues Brothers hat?
It could be. It's a fedora.
Yeah.
I'm glad you did. You're welcome.
Oh, very welcome, Violet. Okay, Estelle, we're waiting. Let me get a deck while we're waiting. I'll get the rainbow one again. Let's end with the rainbow. Okay.
Okay.
That is a good question.
Yeah, that's a good question. I often thought I wanted to. I don't know if I ever will now that I'm so old.
Well, I'd like to move to Canada. You accepted it. You know, I wanted to ask. I didn't know if you were still
I wasn't
here.
going to ask you because I figured you would tell us if you did. I thought, well, maybe I won't ask. So I am so
Anthony.
happy for you.
Congrats.
That's awesome.
I hope it works out. Gosh, I hope you have many good times in California.
Well, you never know. Maybe someday we'll go out there and we might hook up. Who knows?
I've only been there on business trips. I've been there a couple times.
I've been there once.
Been there to San Francisco twice, and where was the other one?
San Jose?
San Jose.
Because that's
Thank
where
you.
I was, yeah. I was near San Jose.
Do you know the way to San Jose?
I love that song. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh, no.
And there you are, just pumping gas. That's a Burt Bacharach song, I think. He was a famous musical songwriter in the 60s, more of the pop kind of stuff. But Dionne Warwick, who sang that song, Do You Know the Way to San Jose?
Well, you never know, Anthony. We might make a travel someday. We may travel
That would be
someday.
awesome, yes.
I have no idea what the future holds for me. But
We're hoping to put it on the road someday. You never know.
we may actually have a trip this next fall. We're taking. We're checking.
If I recall
that.
right, you said you're up near Lansing area, maybe?
You were supposed to come.
Okay. Well, yeah, we'll be gone, but in May we're doing a event at Southfield, the Detroit Hoodoo Fest, and we'll be reading cards there in May.
In May, that's
Yeah.
right. Okay, well, what's this? Oh, goodness. We have the Three of Swords upright,
Three of Swords. Whoops.
but it's interesting here.
Hold on.
Pop that down there, Mr. O, because I've got the Eight of Cups here upright.
Okay.
And
Yeah, I believe I've seen it around the Lansing area. Cool.
we have the Knight of Swords upright.
Ooh. He looks a little bit punk. So what do you think?
Well, Asel, this is really interesting to me. I feel as though
Yeah, it
You-
kind of looks like it, but there'll be maybe a problem at least.
well,
little
I'm
bit.
not sure. The way I'm reading it, the way it just came to me is that I feel like some setbacks or some heartaches or some disappointments are going to lead you to move. I feel like you are moving. Look at this person is on a journey here, Asel, and they're leaving things behind to move to what they hope are better conditions. And it's a decision you feel you've had to make. You know, you just feel compelled to make these decisions and leave the old life behind to move on to this life.
Did you say this was the knight?
The knight, I did.
Okay. Is that shield down there? Is that what that is?
No,
Okay.
it's a helmet.
I guess it's a helmet. It won't fit on his head.
It's a helmet.
Okay,
It
I'll
looks like
take
a
your
shield.
word for that.
It is. It's the Knight of Swords.
Because usually, this is not a low scarable, is it?
It is.
They're usually a horse,
Oh,
and the helmet means a page.
well, then maybe I gotta look for that.
See if
Just
you
to
see
be
when it looks like a
sure.
horse. Anyway, I'm just going to go on with
Go
what I
ahead with
see
it.
there. And I sort of feel like maybe the main card is that Eight of Cups to sell, that it shows you leaving for something better. But I'm wondering if maybe it's just because there is some sort of separation. A lot of times the Three of Swords plays to the idea of not just, heartache, but maybe a separation, like maybe something
You're
happened.
right.
Yeah. So this is
Darn you.
really the page.
It's the Page of Swords. All right, I'll refresh mine, but I still think it'll stand. But go ahead.
Go ahead. No, that's okay.
Oh, okay. So
No, you're wrong, Violet. It's the page.
it is the page, doggone it. So, all right. So I'm going to just refresh this a little bit here. I still feel this way, that some kind of loss or setbacks or disappointments are going to make you consider moving on. And it's a decision, I think, still that you feel you've had to make. And it's just a question. What?
Well, it's about making the diplomatic thing. It's the diplomacy, it's the tact, it's the grace under pressure kind of thing. That's what the Page of Swords is.
Well, I'm going to look at the Page of Swords as news, because the Page of Swords is about communication. And so I feel here that you're going to probably set the ball in motion, which clearly, if you're going to move to another country, there's paperwork involved, there's,
That's true.
there's all kinds of things. You're going to have to work it out legally, because I feel like that's it. You're going to set things in motion.
The low scarabo have been a little bit difficult because they tried to standardize a way of showing the court cards, and it took me a long time to figure it out, but basically the helmets actually refer to the pages. It's like a square thing, and then the horses, if it's a little horse, is the knight. And sometimes in those pictures there may actually be a horse.
Right.
And see, there's
And
the
sometimes
horse.
they don't. So
it's a little
forgot
wonky.
with
It
this
is a little
deck.
wonky, but
Yeah.
I just, and that's even a different kind of symbol for a helmet that I'm used to seeing on the low scarabo. It's usually a helmet in profile.
Well, it's interesting. I saw Anthony said Williamston. We pass Williamston so much when we go visit your mom.
Right, Williamston is actually on the way out to
We
my
go way
mom's.
past, though,
We
yeah.
go way past. We go past Grand Rapids, but yeah, head out that way. So not anytime soon, probably.
Yeah, and I used to go to Lansing a lot for meetings, library meetings at a certain consortium out there.
Oh, please, we all, have these. Our minds, none of our minds are what they used to be.
Wow, Sal.
A cell.
This is really interesting. You got the key. The key's been coming up a lot today. And whenever the key comes up, it says pay attention to what the key is. And the key is the coffin. And the key indicates that something has to come to an end for you to move and make this move out of the country.
But that was kind of signified by that, perhaps.
I also think it's signified by that and leaving things behind to move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there are things that you have to get in order to make this move happen, and these things are basically winding down or discontinuing various associations or things that you are engaged in. So it'll be a process. You need to basically have the best grace and diplomacy, because it is possible that when this finally starts happening, people won't understand, maybe will feel hurt, or you'll have to just really work on creating those bonds that will extend beyond, where you move to.
That's what we have for you, Asal. Good luck with that.
Difficult decisions and sacrifice. Yeah, I sort of get that, especially with this one.
All right. So, hey, that's it. Are you going to put your bling hat on for the finale here, Mr. O? I may still be wearing some green on Saturday and Sunday because I'm not done celebrating. The clover. The lucky clover.
I want to say that thing from the Batman movie. Have you ever had a dance with the devil in the pale moonlight and he had a blinking and spastic hat on? Okay, something like that.
Well, anyway, guys, thanks for joining us today on this St. Patty's Day. We had some good readings, some goofiness, and some shenanigans.
Shenanigans, shenanigans.
Some sunanigans here with Mr. Flailing Tail knocking all the cards over.
You're welcome, Estelle.
So anyway, everybody.
We will be back on Sunday,
No.
2 to 4 p.m. But
we
also,
will be back on Saturday.
Well, I'm just doing the next
Oh.
stream one. The happy hour is actually a different show, my dear.
Okay.
You know that. All
But
right.
do join us for happy hour. We'll be happy to give you a single card message from Spirit.
All righty.
All right. Take care, everybody. Have a great rest of the evening, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.